Hello and welcome to part 2 of the Next Wave 60 unboxing. Now let's kickstart from where we left off in creating this beautiful reef tank.
Okay, so the tank is all up and ready to go. Everything is plugged in. I've not switched it all on yet because I'm going to be adding the substrate that I've chosen, the rock work that I've chosen, and also, of course, the water.
So let's get started. I'm currently cleaning the sand through using RO water, and as you can see, with any dry sand, it will need cleaning through thoroughly. You continue to do this until you see it clear. So I'm going to be putting an image on the screen next to show you all of the items that I've added to create this reef aquarium. Okay, so I've gone for the Eco Reef Centerpiece 1. Now this rock, it's a great alternative to live rock and it's the next step towards sustainable reef keeping. It's handmade by Reef Community's for Tropical Marine Centre from natural materials. It's highly porous for bacteria and it's pH neutral. And it fits perfectly inside the Next Wave 60.
Okay, welcome back. So I have rinsed off the sand, and when I say rinsed off, you want to do a thorough job of rinsing off the sand, because when you add it to the tank and then add your water, you're not going to want to see a cloudy water for a week. So make sure you rinse your sand. We recommend rinsing with RO water. It's completely up to you what your choice is, or what you would like to do. Lots of different opinions on that matter. So do your research before you do so, whether or not you want to use tap water or RO. For us, we'll use RO, and we have completely cleaned out the coarse sand that I have chosen. I've gone for the Eco Sand, made by TMC of course, and I've gone for the coarse variant of that. So you have got fine and you've got coarse in our ranges. I went for coarse because I've got a little wave maker. I don't really want it moving about too much, and I know the type of fish that I'm going to be using inside this tank are not going to be bottom dwelling where they eat the sand, so I'm quite happy to have the coarse variant. And going off of the rock, I've shown you a little bit of the rock that I have chosen, and this has been seeded within our TMC systems for the last 2.5 weeks. So I wanted to make sure that the beneficial bacteria was adding up. So that is already, it's wet at the moment, so I need to get it in as soon as, and I need to get some water added to it so nothing dies in the process.
So now to look at the back of the tank before the water is added. I'll talk you through each piece of equipment. So in the first part of the chamber, from the left to right, we start off with the Reef Pump 500. Now this is a fixed flow, low voltage, compact DC pump. It is ideal for nano aquariums and processes 500 litres of water per hour. Next, we move on to the 50 watt heater. We've gone for the V2 Therm 50. Then onto the media basket, which comes with 3 sponges included. Now these can be changed out for whatever biological filtration you would like. For example, you can use carbon or live rock pieces in one of those slots. Lastly, we move on to the skimmer. Now I have attached this to an air pump with a non-return valve in between. Then I want to go on to talking about the wave maker that we have attached to the side of the tank. So we've gone with the Reflow 2.0. This has a flow rate of 4,000 litres per hour. It has 3 interchangeable nozzles. It also has some cable management that comes with it. So we have these clips that stick on the back, and then also the suction pads that are on the inside to keep the wire from one end to the other. I then want to move on to the reef guard. Now this has been purpose built for the 60 litre tank. The great thing is that it comes already put together, so there's no building of these nets like you do with other guards on the market. Now it slots on top of the tank perfectly and even has an option to have custom holes for your wires. These pop off easily if you push up on the corner of your choice. So who's ready to get this tank wet? Let's go!
I'm now just going to add the rock into the centre of the tank. I've moved the sand out of the way, and then once I've got it positioned exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to add the sand back around to stabilise where the rock sits. Just bear in mind when you're picking your fish, because I've gone for a coarse sand and some fish like fine. So I'm adding the water into the small bucket, and the small bucket's then overflowing slowly into the tank, and that just stops the sand from bringing up too much dust. Okay, so we're all filled. Got the jump guard back on, the light back on. I took the light off while I was filling up the tank. I just thought it would be more safe. I didn't want to get any of the water splashing on the light. So that came off just while I filled up, and I've repositioned the rock and the sand, and it's all perfect how I wanted it. I've then added some plastic biomedia into the back chamber, and you can pop that into the media basket if you wanted to. I've just got it floating around in one of the back chambers. So I started off the cycle of this tank with some nitrobiotic from Tropic Marine. It's got some probiotic and nitrifying bacteria to start that cycle off, and yeah, I'm excited to see what comes of this tank.
So fast forward to when the tank was completely cycled and stable. I then added a pair of black and white clownfish and a yellowtail wrasse, along with some money cowries and some other snails. Now I'm dosing 0.6 ml of nitrobiotic weekly to maintain healthy fish and help them digest their food. Now next Saturday's video I'll be showing you the first lot of corals to enter the tank, and also the acclimation process and how they settle within the aquarium.
We can also highly recommend the Tropic Marine and Cellophate testing kits and elements for dosing. They now have all for reef in the Tropic Marine and all-in-one from the Cellophate, and then there's some coral food as well in the Cellophate range. And please take a little look at our website and you can see your local TMC stockist of these products. Thank you. Well, that is it from me today at Tropical Marine Centre. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and stay until the very end. If you'd like to see our future videos, please feel free to go to the description bar below, and you can like, subscribe or follow to our channels. And so for everyone that would like to see the future progression, we will be posting along the way of this tank, and I hope you all enjoyed the build as much as I did. Take care. Thank you.